Bills fans, I'm not even going to attempt to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you a white lie. I'm not going to tell you a partial lie. The truth is, this was likely the worst season y'all will have in the last 5 years.
Shut up the Bills! It's not house flag! It's not house flag!
Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. For me, now listen, everyone play their position. Buffalo got a tradition. They say we trippin', they better get out our way. Top of the table, we flippin', we on a mission. Got an unstoppable team, continue to follow your dream by any means. Buffalo, get in the Super Bowl ring. Cause we the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, we the Buffalo Bills. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, yeah. Reppin' the mafia, Bills, mafia, yeah. You better know that. Look how we throwing and catching, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. You better know that. Look how we running and hitting, cause we are unstoppable, yeah. Mafia up in your city, time to get gritty. Screaming and yelling, we bugging. Look at the red and blue.
This is an MVP year for Josh Allen. As an MVP voter, I said this last week. Josh Allen, he looks like an MVP. When you vote for MVP, and I can speak for myself, I think I'm one of 50 voters, you look at a couple things. Who's the best team in football? Who's the best player on that team in football? What do they look like as the best player on that team in football? And how much talent is around that best player on that best team in football?
You need to turn this on.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you can see the
No,
TV.
I don't.
Why are you so serious? I'm just joking with you.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Coast to Coast. Today, we're about, what are we, like 10 days away from the draft? The draft is right around the corner, folks. And I'm excited. What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? It's good to have you here, brother. I am excited. I am excited about this draft because I know what it means. Yep, 8 days away, man. I know what it means for this team, and how important this draft is in reference to the current state of the Bills. Josh is 30. Josh will be 30 this year. DJ Moore is like 28. Most of the guys that were drafted under McDermott are either in their second or third contract outside of, obviously the guys that came in a couple years ago. But, new defensive coordinator, new defensive scheme, a lot of new around the building, even though there are some familiar faces. This is going to be an interesting draft because nobody really knows which way the Buffalo Bills are going to go. Obviously, there are certain things that we know that the Bills are going to go after. They're going to go after another defensive tackle. That is for sure. They're going to go get a guy who they can play either over top of the center or in the one, at the one. They're going to do that. That's for sure. Another spot we know the Buffalo Bills will attack in the draft is linebacker. Free agency is pretty much come and gone. It's not over. Like, you can still sign guys, but pretty much the linebacker position is, I don't want to say it's been neglected, but it hasn't really been touched too much. But I got like the little bend to the cat, man. I wasn't doing that on purpose. That's what the young kids do. My daughter says I'm too old for that stuff. So And she's right. But you know, I gotta say that the linebacker spot really hasn't been touched with any additions. So you gotta expect the Bills to go into the draft and get at least one linebacker. Um, Now there was an internal addition to the linebacking group. The defensive ends lost the defensive end room, lost Gregory Rousseau, who was moved over to offensive, outside linebacker. Now we've seen some of this, you know, sporadically with him standing up and things like that. I mean, he's always been a defensive end in Buffalo, but we've seen him stand up. We've seen him drop into coverage. We've seen him do some of the things that we're going to ask our linebackers to do. So kudos to him for being able to well, I don't know who this guy is. Well, I don't believe that. How about we're going to ban you and get you out of here, buddy? But anyway, I do believe that adding our guy Rousseau to the linebackers adds to that room, and I think that that's like a precursor, because I think what's going to end up happening is they're going to do the same thing to Michael Hoyt when he gets back from injury, although they haven't announced it. A couple things I want to say before I move forward. It was good to see the guys come back and get back into the building and start working. It was good to see Michael Hoyt and Tyrell Shavers walking into the building, getting ready to get prepared for the season. I am fully expecting Tyrell Shavers to suit up for the Buffalo Bills. What's good with you, dog? I see you, man. My brother, what's going on? And speaking of my brothers, we add my guy, Beyond. What's up, man?
What's going on? Can you hear me okay, man? I was having some difficulties tonight. So what else is new?
That's all good, brother.
Hey,
Yeah,
so how we doing?
Oh, good, man. Good. Just talking a little bit about you know, the changing of the roster, especially on the defensive side.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, that's another good point, Carlos. Solomon might end up moving. I think Solomon's another guy who may end up moving to outside linebacker. So if we end up moving Solomon and already moved Rousseau, I'm pretty sure that means we're moving Hoyt as well to outside linebacker.
Mm-hmm.
That leaves Landon Jackson still at the edge spot, who I guess will slide over, and you know, I don't know how they're gonna. I guess he'll stay as a DN. I don't know if they move. I don't know if they change Ed Oliver or anybody else, or maybe even TJ Sanders to an edge guy, because he did play edge a little bit last year for us. I don't know if they do that. If they do, cool, whatever. But I'm okay with the defensive line right now. Obviously, they're going to add a defensive tackle, probably a run stuffing guy. That's what we need, is a run stuffing guy, maybe a two-gapper. If not a two-gapper, somebody that is very, very adept at pushing the pocket, controlling the interior offensive lineman, being a very good anchor, not giving up ground. And, yeah, like that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that. They're going to add that. That's going to help everybody else out, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, Bradley Chubb, another edge guy. But when we talk about what type of linebackers are we looking, or do we want them to add, it's the coverage guys. It's a off ball guy, middle linebacker type that, you know, is going to be a short tackler, which is like rare in this defense. We never have short tacklers. Missed tackle percentages super nasty for this team. But maybe now with the new defensive coordinator, we look to change that. And a couple of guys that I think fit that bill. Deontay Lawson from Alabama. If you want to get a big, physical, not necessarily super athletic guy, you're looking at a Landon Barton. If you want a speed guy, may not necessarily be a off-ball middle linebacker type, but definitely a weak side. Hal Perkins Jr., who I like a lot. I think it's going to take a very smart defensive coordinator to figure out how to unlock him at this level, because he's extremely fast. He is physical coming downhill. He's built like a big safety or a small linebacker, but he's not necessarily a coverage guy. He's just kind of like a jack. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's kind of weird to try to describe him. But at the end of the day, a guy like Howard Perkins, not necessarily big enough to play on the edge, not good enough in coverage, in my opinion, to play as a every down off ball guy. But I like he has he just kind of finds the football. Even though we have a guy like that in Dwayne Williams, he's coming up on the last year of his deal. So maybe they look to reset that and get another guy like that. Who else? I said Deontay Lawson, Landon Barton, Anthony Hill Jr. I'm not the biggest fan of. I think he's cool. I don't think he's ever going to be what we need in coverage, and I don't know if he's a guy you can depend on to call the defense. And I know they probably want to move Terrell Bernard off that middle linebacker spine of the defense spot. He's good in coverage. Don't get me wrong. Terrell Bernard's good in coverage. He didn't have a great year this year, but typically he's good in coverage. He's a good blitzer. He doesn't have a problem sticking his nose into the business of the backfield. And he creates turnovers. But he's just a little small, and when you don't have the beef up front to protect him, guys like that are going to be dealing with offensive linemen climbing to the second level. A couple other names I'm going to throw out. C.J. Allen, who is starting to emerge as my favorite. Aiden Fisher out of Indiana, who I like a lot. Jacob Rodriguez, who I like a lot. Jacob Rodriguez is my number one guy, because I think he does a little bit of everything. He's another one of those find the football types. That's what we need. If we can create more turnovers, we can get the ball into this offense, give the ball back to the offense more often than just on punts. That's going to only help us be a better team. That's what I got. Kendall Daniels is another guy, not really, he's cool, but Kendall Daniels is more of that's a Jared pick. Not that there's anything wrong with that. That is
no.
Jared pick.
Yeah, it is.
What's up, Bill? How are you, brother?
No, listen, I'm good, brother. Listen, I think I like what you said about C.J. Allen, right? He's got leadership. He plays with that violence we've talked about. He's good against the run. That feels like, it kind of leads to what Dog was talking about here in our chat, how he said, we couldn't stop the run last year. Scheme make a difference. Maybe adding a guy like an Allen could help with that. Now, it looks like I'm just looking at our depth chart here on our Lads Whittle, and right now, do you have Rousseau? We have Rousseau, Benford, Chubb, and Bernard as our linebacking group. Do you think
Benford?
That move, that's what they're showing right now? Oh, no, Bernard. I'm sorry. Jeez. Bernard. Yeah, I need better glasses. All right, so do you think this opens up the possibility that we might go edge in the first round? I know it wasn't something that I thought we would do, or because right now we have Sanders listed on defensive end. Do you think they could move Dion outside, or do you think he's definitely suited to be a D tackle, Dion Walker? Did he play outside? He's not moving at all. Because didn't he play outside in college in Kentucky? I thought he played both and defensive tackle, but I could be wrong on that. But I was wondering if that move could be sort of like a preview of maybe there's a reason right before the draft that they talked about moving Rousseau to the outside.
Yeah, no, I don't think that they moved Dion to defensive end, Dion Walker.
Mm-hmm.
I think he stays as a defensive tackle. If anything, I do think we end up taking an edge, but it's not like it's kind of the typical edge that we've been taking for years. I think that we're going to keep, we're going to go get a guy, and the guy that I'm looking at is Tyreek Sapp out of Florida. Now, I was on Tyreek. I was high on Tyreek Sapp, probably like halfway through the regular season for the Bills this past year. I like this kid a lot. He didn't have a great year. Florida obviously didn't have a great year as a team, but he didn't have a great year either, which, he started off the year as potentially a second-round guy, day 2 guy for sure. Lil Raw, big, big, like 6'6", 270, cut from the Gregory Rousseau clause. Not the same athlete, which is weird because I don't think Groot's a crazy athlete. I think Groot just is really big, and I just think he's like really big and comfortable at the size that he is. You know what I mean? Like, he's not playing. He's not in a body that doesn't fit who he is, or he's not a body type that's not comfortable. Like, I don't think he's ever going to be one of those guys that struggle to maintain weight or, have issues with developing. Yeah, like I think he's exactly where he's supposed to be. I think Sapp's similar, and going to this 3-4 system, going to this 3-4 defense. You put him in. You put him in there at the defensive end spot. He's going to be good against the run for sure. He's long. That's a pause moment. When I say long, you know what I mean. Like long arms. He's going to be able to get his hands up in passing lanes. He's going to be an issue against the run because he's going to be playing at the 4-eye position. So if you get a guy like that, he's you're playing him in between the tackle and the guard, and immediately, somebody's got to make a decision and get hands on him. If we can teach him how to use his hands properly, he can disengage from if there's an interior. If he's going to be blocked by the guard, maybe there's some sort of inside counters he can use to leverage himself and make plays on the run. I just think that he's got the body type that we're looking for. So that we can maintain a multiple front. Like we don't always have to stay in this odd front. Like we could go to an even front with guys like Sapp and Rousseau and Chubb and Michael Hoyt. Like those guys can still put their hand in the dirt and they can stand up. Like I don't know if Sapp's going to be a guy that can actually stand up. Probably not. It's probably going to be a designated 4-eye guy, much like Landon Jackson will be.
Okay.
But I like that. Those are guys that you're going to need to continue to, number one, build your depth, right? Stay young, get more athletic, and ultimately, you want to just be able to throw bodies at teams. You want to be able to continue to throw bodies at guys, especially against the run. If teams are going to try to run on you, you want to have the bodies to use to combat that. If you run into injuries, you want to have guys that can come in and they can play multiple spots. And, playing inside, you're banging with, offensive linemen who are 320, 315, 330. that's going to take a toll on the body, man. So we gotta make sure
yeah.
our defensive line numbers are up. But you know, outside of like those guys, because I do think we still take. I still think we might hit that position twice when I say defensive end. And a guy that I'm also looking at is what's this kid's name? Jay-Sean Barham from Michigan. Transferred over to Michigan from Maryland. You know, he does a little bit of everything. He can play off ball. He plays some off ball. He can play on the edge. He can stand up and play outside linebacker and rush. All of those things, man. Like, I don't know who this guy is, but we're going to get him out of here as well. Goodbye.
Yeah.
It's
all good. This is like we get one once a pod. It's becoming a tradition.
Well, it's twice now. You missed the first one.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, you missed the first one. But yeah, so, I mean, there's some other – like, there's one guy that I really wanted, but he ended up going back to school, Austin Romaine. Actually went back to school. Torian York was another guy that, like, early on, I looked at him and said, you know, what about him? But then come to find out he's like 5'10", 5'11", and, you know, I mean, no thanks, I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm with you on that, Whittle. Yep. Absolutely. Yeah, it's going to be I'm sorry, go ahead, Whittle. No, you're perfectly fine.
No, man, you're good. Go ahead, because I'm going to set up this mock drive.
This is absolutely, as you do that, you know, Whittle, in a lot of recent years, I feel like a lot of Bills fans, and including myself, feel like we have a good beat on what we're going to do in this draft, what we want, excited about a lot of different prospects. I'm just taking an overall temperature as we're only 8 days away from the draft, right? This one feels way different than any of the drafts we've had under Brandon Beane. And it's for a lot of reasons. Like we've talked a lot about last week about the Dexter Lawrence possibility, right? Looks like they had an impasse. We'll get to that, I'm sure. But, you know, there's some interesting prospects in this draft, but I think where the Bills pick, I mean, there's some guys I would love to get where the Bills are picking. I just don't know if it's going to be feasible that they're going to drop to us at 26. So it just feels like one of those drafts where I just don't internally, and I don't feel it in the community. And I could be wrong, and any of you could correct me. I feel like I've seen less mock drafts this year than usual. I feel like I've seen less like real chatter and real debate about who we're taking at 26. Do you feel that too, Whittle? I mean, you're really connected with the draft, and it's not a bad thing necessarily. It also reflects that we have one of the best football teams in the league. We're top 5. We know it, right? We don't have a lot of holes. We don't have a lot of draft picks. We're at that point. Yeah, we just fired Sean McDermott. We brought in a new coach. A lot of uncertainties and things like that about what direction we're going to go with the new coordinator and stuff. But do you guys feel that as well? And again, it's not a bad thing. It's not as a sexy draft as it usually is in terms of positions. You know, wide receivers all over the place, or the quarterbacks are they're okay. I mean, not that obviously we're not looking for a quarterback, but that drives draft value too in terms of, what if Ty Simpson's there at 26 and some team wants to move up to get our pick at 26? Who knows if that is a possibility. That's something I would love to see if we're going to keep the pick. If we could move down a little bit, early second round, I feel like the guys that really fit what we need. I feel like 26 is a little bit of a reach in most respects. Do you feel that way too this year?
Well, I think what's weird about this draft is not having a second round pick, because that now puts more pressure on to what you do at 26. Because if you stick and pick at 26, you're waiting until 91 or a little bit. I'm sorry, NBA playoffs are on right now, and I'm trying to.
Listen, I'm well aware. Well, don't worry about it. If
is Orlando down?
If our teams live up to our bargain, you and I are gonna have a little
I'm waiting for that
wager. Yes, we are.
That.
Yep, it's gonna be
Oh God, I picked Orlando to win tonight. Jeez, man,
I'm with Dog on this about the trade back, by the way. Ideally I would love to see it, Dog. Of course, we need the right team to make the right trade. We need the right player who's sitting there at a
Right.
26. But I would agree. I would like to see it. But also, we don't have a ton of holes. And if this is a draft, I feel like this is the year if we're gonna make an impact move to get a guy for now. This just feels like that perfect moment. Allen's turning 30. We got, Brandon Bean is a little bit on the clock now, everyone. You and I both know it, Whittle. He's been an excellent general manager, but, McDermott's not there to shield him anymore.
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
The spotlight is on Big Baller Bean.
So I'll say this about like not having the second round pick.
Mhm.
That's kind of that puts a lot of pressure on 26, right? So I think what determines what we do at 26, I think that's purely up to Brandon Bean. I don't think that Brandon Bean's locked into a situation where, we don't have anybody that's willing to trade up. There's always somebody willing to trade up. There's always somebody willing to take that pick. So we're going to. I'm certain. Like I would put a good amount of money on the Bills are going to end up trading that pick. Now, what I think the variable is who's available at 26. If Ty Simpson's still available, you got the Cardinals who could come up and get that pick.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Rams who pick after us. Let me just make sure. I think we are 26. No, wait, where's the Rams pick? The Rams traded their pick. They traded their pick to the Chiefs. That's right. So
Right.
the Rams would be picking after us, but what if the Rams want to come back and get that quarterback, right? What if they want to come back into the first and get that quarterback? Now, the Rams' next pick after, their first round pick, where are they picking that at first? The Rams are picking at 13.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if the Rams want to, and that's the Atlanta pick. They got Atlanta's pick from last year. Boy, the Falcons are stupid. Their next pick is 61. So, if they want to come back into the first round and get Ty Simpson, let's say Ty Simpson's available. If they want to get that quarterback and they want that fifth-year option as that, not contingency plan, but that's the plan, the future plan for the quarterback position over there. If they love Ty Simpson and they say we want to get this guy and we don't think he'll be here at 61, we know we got to get ahead of a couple of quarterback needy teams like the Cardinals. Who knows what the Browns want to do in the second round? Who knows what the Texans may want to? I'm not saying that the Texans will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe the Dolphins want to take a quarterback at 75. Maybe the Steelers want to take a quarterback at 76. You don't know. Maybe the Colts want to take a quarterback. You just don't know. Don't know. So there's a lot of guys. There's a lot. I mean, I'm giving you third round picks, so I should be giving you the second.
Sure.
43 is the Dolphins. 39 is the Browns. 38. The Texans. 34, the Cardinals. These teams may want 53. It's the Steelers. These teams may want, they may want that quarterback. They may want that to take that quarterback and build off of that rookie deal. You don't know. But if you're the Rams and you target that guy at 61, well, coming up to 26, that's going to cost you. It's going to definitely cost you. So if I'm looking at it, let me pull the Rams. So if the Rams wanted to come up to 26 from 61, it's going to cost them 61, 90. It's going to probably cost them their second, their third, and then maybe something next year. But I think a 2 and a 3 and like a late round pick or whatever, like that's enough. That's enough.
Yeah.
They move up, they get their guy, and they kind of just hang out. Or maybe you throw them 182. You throw them something else to ease the pain a little bit, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Why not? Right? That way you then have you didn't get your second round pick back. You got 3 picks in the third, and you got your fourth and your fifth and yada yada yada. That's something to work with. I just can't see the Bills sticking at 26 and picking somebody outside of like Jordan Tyson, or if CJ Allen's there, maybe. Like
I would not hate it.
Mm-hmm. Cade McDonald we talked about last week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, he fits what you need. I just think at 26, if you stick at 26, whoever it is you pick, they're starting. They got to be starters. They got to be guys that you look at and say, this guy is going to either start or command close to 40% of the reps at whatever position he's at.
Yep.
And I'm expecting them to be an impact player the moment they step in the building. That's because you're giving up the entire second round and the majority of the third round. That's a lot of talented players. And this is a draft that, while the top end talent's not crazy, like there are some guys, like obviously it's only Styles, your Caleb Downs, your David Bailey's, like obviously those guys are elite prospects. Kenyon Sadiq, Messidor. Messidor. I think Messidor's elite, but he's you got Ruben Bain. Like you have some elite talent.
Yeah, Ruben Bain's really moved up. He's really moved up the charts. I mean, I remember you spoke about him in January. February is an option, and he's been rising ever since. What do you think about? I mean, do you think we still like? I was looking at a defensive tackle a little bit, Lee Hunter from Texas Tech. He's interesting too. Excellent against the run, could be a pass rusher. I mean, you think that's a possibility, or do you think is it too much of the same thing we already have on the roster right now with like a guy like Walker? Like, is there too much of a logjam there for him to get real playing time on this roster?
No, because I don't think that Deion Walker is the same. I don't think he's a similar player to Lee Hunter. Lee Hunter's a big guy, but Lee Hunter's a one tech, zero tech, nose tackle type that you just kind of stick in the middle of your defense. The thing about him though is like Lee Hunter's not an athlete. Like he's not an athlete. Like he's not compared to the other guys that you would look at this year at nose tackle, like Cade McDonald, Kristen Miller, Caleb Banks. Like those guys are athletes. Like they're sideline to sideline defensive tackles. They're gonna chase you down. Even a guy like Dominic Orange, has some burst in short area. Lee Hunter doesn't.
Gotcha.
Lee Hunter goes forward, and that's about it. Like him changing direction is not really in the cards. Can he do it? Sure. Will it look bad? Probably, but I don't mind it. Like I wouldn't mind Lee Hunter because I know what Lee Hunter brings to the table, and he's going to make everybody else around him. He's going to make their job easier. TJ Parker at 26. I'm not really feeling TJ Parker, bro. I'm sorry. Like I know that he's on a few draft boards and people like I just didn't see enough of him at Clemson. He is a good, like, prototypically he is what you want. A guy that you can play at the outside linebacker spot. You can't drop him in the coverage. He's got the physical frame where he should be able to play the run and the pass equally well. He just doesn't. And I don't know, man. I wasn't really impressed with him. Clemson had a down year, so. But yeah, I just not really that impressed with TJ Parker. Not at 26, at least. I don't really think, like, if there was one guy that, because I think at 26, all the defensive linemen are going to have some flaws. If there was one guy on that like edge guy. At 26, I mean, Cassius Howell, I guess the short arms scare me, but what I will say about him after reviewing his film is the want to be a good run defender is there. The want to be involved in every play is there. So you couple that with his ability to kind of get skinny and bend the edge, I think he could develop into something special. I think he could develop into something really, really, really good. But I feel the same way about the kid from Tennessee, Joshua Josephs, I think it is. I think he's another one that could turn into something special. But, in other news, Diana Rossini got fired or resigned.
Resigned? Quote, resigned or forced out maybe? Or do you think it was...
She was talking spicy all week, bro. So I'm like, I don't know. I mean, just ever since that whole thing came out, I was kind of shocked. Like, she's talking like somebody who doesn't really have anything to lose. So, her stepping down is like not a. Like, I don't think that's a big deal. Like, you can kind of see it coming.
Yeah,
but
Hey, listen, you don't. Yeah, I mean, I think that fallout's going to be pretty hard for her at this point. And listen, listen, marital things happen all the time. I'm not one to throw stones at anybody. I don't judge people. You know what I mean? But that's her business. But when it starts hitting at the integrity of what you do, right? That's a whole different story, right? So
I'm judging, bro. I'm judging.
Yeah,
I'm judging.
Little judge and jury, ladies and gentlemen.
No, I'm judging because you know what? Vrabel can't talk to players during the season. He can't do it.
No.
But you know who can? Diana Rossini. So I don't know that Vrabel's not hitting her up and saying, "Hey, go talk to this guy and see how he feels about." I don't know. I don't know what she's hearing in other locker rooms and then coming back and telling Vrabel.
That is
What's
true.
up? Like, no, seriously. What game plans were you privy to? What inside information were you privy to?
Yep. Absolutely.
What's your opinion on why so many fans are mad at Bean? I think he's probably but it seems over the top. There's also some type of tension going on between local media and Bean. A good question. I think the issue is not landing like I'm telling you, the Kyer Elam selection and the Keon Coleman selection are really, really hurting Brandon Bean. Really hurting Brandon Bean. The Kyer selection's hurting because we traded. I think we traded up to get Kyer. I'm pretty sure we traded up to get him. And then we traded back to get Keon, and the Chiefs end up getting Xavier Worthy. And if you look at the numbers, like, honestly, Worthy's not really that much better than Keon. Like, the production's kind of similar. I just think it's that. I think Bills fans see Joe Burrow playing with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. They see Justin Jefferson riding away, knowing that we traded the Justin Jefferson pick for Stephon Diggs, who's no longer here. They see Jalen Hurts win a Super Bowl, and he's not, like you shouldn't mention him and Josh Allen in the same name because Josh Allen's better than him by light years. You see him with Devonta Smith and A.J. Brown, and it's just like Mahomes has Rice, who I said the Bills should have drafted Rice. I liked him. I liked him a lot when
you did.
I said this guy reminds me of DeAndre Hopkins. He reminds me of D-Hop. Anyway, I just think that's what it is. I think him not being able to land a number one elite level receiver in the draft, some of the misses in free agency. Like I think anytime you bring in guys and you pay like a Ogunjobi, right? Ogunjobi was not good. Like he wasn't really good for us last year.
No.
But if he doesn't go off sides in that Denver game and we get that turnover, it's not as bad as, as it looks now, because he goes off sides, we lose the fumble, and Denver eventually scores. I think they only got a field goal there, but we could have stopped them immediately and really jumped out to a big lead. But because he did that, and he was brought in free agency, and free agency is directly connected, obviously, just like the draft, to the general manager. That's what it is, man. Stuff like that. Keon not coming to meetings, et cetera, like those type of things. And on top of him not being fast and not being the typical type of receiver that everybody, the Bills fans want. They want the 4-4 guy that is 6'3", and mossing people and scoring touchdowns. Like they want that, and we don't have it. So because we don't have all of that, because our offense doesn't look like other teams in the NFL, namely the Eagles, the Rams, Chargers, Bears, Cowboys, George Pickens, all these different teams, because we don't look like that, guys, fans are upset with Bean for not solidifying the talent around Josh. However, the Bills' offense has been consistently a top 5, top 7 unit for the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Number one wide receiver or not, running game or no running game. Josh Allen, Josh Allen does his part. The additions to the offensive line have made things easier for him. He's taking less punishment. Well, he did in 2023. I mean, 2024, he didn't in 2025. He took a lot more punishment, but that was on him.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Bain is cooking, though.
Hey, listen, the thing, too, about the hate from Bean still is stemming from the McDermott firing in the press conference, too. I believe it. I really, really do. Winning cures everything. We know Whittle, right? Winning truly cures everything, and we have a new coach. We have some unknowns now. We're feeling a little bit different. McDermott was a very popular guy. He was an extremely successful coach. You and I both liked McDermott. I mean, I thought McDermott did an excellent job. Was he perfect? No, but almost all coaches aren't, right? So if the Bills come out and they have an extremely strong season, if we make a Super Bowl, that Bean hate is going to dissipate pretty quickly in the air. It's not going to be around, except for just the extremes on X, which we know are always going to be out there no matter what, right? And the Bills go win 10 Super Bowls in a row, and there's going to be someone that's going to hate it and say, why not 11, right? That's just the way it goes, right? You always have certain people out there that are just going to hate. I mean, just an example about winning cures all. 3-4 months ago, Terry Pagula was talking. They were saying, "Oh, he's got to sell the Sabres. This guy can't even manage a hockey team." Well, ask me that question right now. As the Sabres had one of their best seasons in history, and they're getting ready for the playoff, everything changed just like that, Whittle. Everything's selling out. They're going to party. You know what I mean? Everything can change really, really fast. So I think with Bean, it's going to be similar. And listen, that's normal. It's part of the business, right? Everybody thought he was a package deal with McDermott, and he stayed. And some people are like, well, why is he staying? Well, yeah, I mean, he's been an excellent general manager. So I mean, again, who else are you going to get, Whittle? Right? And then there's very few GMs that are better than Bean, right? Maybe you could say Howie Roseman from Philly. He's probably one of the gold standards. By the way, Howie Roseman had an interesting comment, Whittle, I wanted to ask you about. He talked about how this is now we're in an era where there are a lot of players that are coming into the draft that are going to take pay cuts because of the NIL. So you have to almost rethink the way you're looking at players. So, let's say guys that play for Penn State or something, or maybe they're going to be 6th, 7th round picks instead of getting a lot of the money they got from the NIL deals, right? It's an interesting level to this that I didn't even think about it. The top, the top first rounders are going to get their money, right? But I'm talking 4th, 5th, 6th rounders. They're not getting the $1 million deals that they may be getting at some of these and at the universities. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out, right? Because this never happened before. So we'll have to see.
So the rookie contracts are they're already, they're set up for, like, there's no wiggle room there. So wherever you get drafted, that's what you're gonna get. But I could see that guys are more willing to, if they don't really get their shot early, right? Let's say you bring in a guy who was the man in college, but, like, for instance, Caleb Banks, right? Like, I don't know what Caleb Banks made in college, but he's got he messed his foot up and he's hurt, so that's going to hurt his draft stock. Now, he may not play a lot this year. He may miss out on some games this year. And what happens if he plays next year and, he's solid and then he gets hurt again? He may be willing to stay with his team and take a little less money just to stay in the right spot. Like, you might be a good player, but you're a good player because of who you're playing around. For key point, Gabe Davis, right? Gabe Davis took $14 million to go play with the Jags, or $13 million, whatever it was. That kind of hurt him, though, because he went down there, didn't really play well, ended up getting hurt. Now he's right back in Buffalo on a mid-deal. Or he could have stayed in Buffalo and maybe just took 9 or 8 or 9. And that's less than what's available out there. But because of the surrounding talent that's the scheme and the talent that's around you, you preserve your name, you preserve your status. If that's a fair thing to say. I do want to address this. Hurts is the most disrespected player in the NFL. I don't agree with that. I don't think he's the most disrespected player in the NFL. I think Josh Allen is the most disrespected player in the NFL. Actually, no, he's not. Dak Prescott's the most disrespected player in the NFL.
Actually, I think you're right.
I think Dak is the most.
He really gets ripped really hard.
He's
a really good quarterback.
He gets ripped for putting up 4,000 yards, 37 to 4,000 yards every year he's healthy. He throws for 25 to 30 touchdowns, with or without great receivers, with or without a healthy offensive line, and the defense stinks. Like, the defense for the Cowboys has just not been good, or it's been. You think we get hurt? You think we're bad? 2023,
Dallas.
Dak Prescott, that defense lost Overshown, Van Der Esch, starting defensive tackle, I think it was Jonathan Hankins. They lost Diggs, the Diggs brother, with an ACL. Those are 4 starters off the top. Four starters for the majority of the year. You're starting off like that, and in 2023 they already really didn't have a great defensive line outside of Micah Parsons. I mean, they drafted Mozzie Smith, who's a bust.
Yeah,
they didn't really have much.
Yeah,
and he put up crazy numbers. They won 11 games, and people are like, Dak stinks. He can't get past the first round. Can't get out of the second round. Can the man get some help? So I don't think Hurts is disrespected. I think Hurts is in conversations that he shouldn't be in. Yes, Hurts won a Super Bowl. Congratulations. He played great in the Super Bowl. Never going to take that away. He played great twice in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, he did.
Nobody's ever going to take that away from him. You know who else played great in the Super Bowl? Nick Foles did.
He did. It's weird. That was Tom Brady. You know what's wild about that Super Bowl? That was probably Tom Brady's best Super Bowl he lost. Like, he played amazing that game. He was great in that game.
You know who else was really good in the Super Bowl?
Who?
Hostetler.
Oh, Whittle. You had to bring up Hostetler, didn't you?
I'm just saying. These are the guys that these are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Brad Johnson. These are Super Bowl winning quarterbacks. Nobody is ever putting those names in the best of their era or the best of their time. So this is where
Well, how about
Eagle
Eli Manning,
fans
too?
do well.
Sort
Because
of.
his last name is Manning, he's going to get a pass.
Oh,
Fair
well,
enough.
yeah. His defense is the reason they won those Super Bowls. And Giant fans have a hard time hearing that fact sometimes, but that's reality.
Listen, those throws though, like some of those throws were.
Oh, listen, no question.
You can't hit those throws in the video game. Like some of those throws were unbelievable.
Yes,
Like,
they were. I agree. But if Josh Allen had a defense that gave up 37 points in two big playoff games, do you think we got some hardware in our front office room right now? You think we got a certain type of hardware going on?
You give the Bills the pass rush that the Giants had in their Super Bowl runs. I don't know that the Bills don't win 4 in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't know that they don't win 4 in a row. Like that they just that's been our Achilles heel, not being able to get quarterbacks on the ground in the playoffs, not getting off the field on third down because we can't generate organic pressure from the front four. They were doing it with 4 guys consistently, max protection, whatever. Like they were just that was unreal. But I mean,
I like this comment. The Doug Whaleyism for me. I had to put that up there, Whittle. That was a good comment. It made me think of the Doug Whaley. Oh man, but yeah, listen. The thing about Hurts, I
missed that. Put it back up there.
Oh, the Doug Whaleyism. I also like the Doug Whaleyism of Privy. I get Privy too. Yeah, that was a good catch, Joshua. Good catch.
Yeah, man. I just think that Hurts is in conversations that, he shouldn't be in it. Like no one should be, when we're talking about top 5 quarterbacks, no one should be bringing up Hurts' name. They shouldn't. I'm sorry.
I would agree.
He doesn't have the numbers.
I feel like he's sort of he's in a special bucket for me. I do agree. Listen, with Marino here a little bit. Listen, it depends on how he plays too, right? I do think the Eagles offensive coordinator last year, he gave me Dorsey vibes, not a lot of great route concepts. I'm going to see, but the Eagles have other internal things going on right now. We don't know about the AJ Brown thing. Sirianni is an excellent coach, but he's a loose cannon. We all know that, right?
Is he an excellent coach? Is he?
I mean, he's done it well. His results are excellent. How about I say that? His results are excellent. But we're going to find out. Listen, if the new OC comes in, and if AJ Brown is helped, it's supposedly he's happy with this new OC. We'll see how long that lasts, right? If that happens and Jalen Hurts gets back to the Hurts of 2 years ago, then the other thing too is a lot of these legacies are still incomplete by a lot. Josh Allen's just turning 30 as an example, right? What if he wins 2 of the next 3 Super Bowls? These conversations about we're having Josh versus Lamar are going to be so far in the rear window, we're not going to be able to see it. It's going to be past the horizon. It's going to be gone, right? But right now, it's always in our face because they're always getting prepared. It should be, Whittle, but you know what I mean? Like there's still
it is. It is,
Yeah.
and I'll get on that after this Hurts thing.
Yeah, sorry, I'm all over.
I get what you're saying, Marino's legacy. I get it. If Hurts gets to a 3rd Super Bowl, what are we talking? If you put Hurts on Tampa Bay, are they getting to a Super Bowl?
No. It's gonna be.
If you put them on Cincinnati, are they getting to a Super Bowl? No. If you put Jalen Hurts on the Kansas City Chiefs, are they getting to a Super Bowl? Let's be honest. Like those are the questions. If you honestly believe,
I do like Jalen Hurts, but I understand what you mean.
I like him too. What's not to like? Like the dude is perfect. He's perfect. He doesn't do anything wrong. He gets in no trouble. He donates money to like different charities. Like
Well, some Eagle fans
He's
say
got
he's
a
too quiet
perfect
though
smile.
too, which
His
is weird.
His wife is beautiful. His
Oh,
agent's a black woman. Like, he's perfect. He
Hey,
is perfect.
If I want to look like a quarterback, I look like Jalen Hurts, man. That guy is sharp
That's what I'm
dresser. Like
saying.
he's got the whole package. Yeah, for sure.
He's a
Yep.
GQ model who can throw the football a tight spiral 50 yards or 40 yards, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Like, what's not to love about that? He gets in no trouble. Like, he doesn't. I don't know if I've ever heard the man swear, let alone be angry.
I know. I would wonder, does he ever get angry? And he doesn't even get emotional when they win. He's like, he's so like.
He lost his job in college to Tua. Tua's the backup in Atlanta now. I've never heard Jalen Hurts take to social media and say, look at me and look at him now. Never. He's perfect.
Never.
He's perfect.
Remember his speech, and go look at his comments after Super Bowl when they lost to the Chiefs, and watch what he says. It's one of the best post-game speeches of a losing quarterback I've ever seen. It's phenomenal. Like, it's the kind of quarterback that we would want. But you hear all these stories
and
about
he played
Hurts
great.
now.
He was great in that game. The defense.
He was one mistake. One mistake and one bad call, and one bad call. Let's be honest. No truer statement than Philadelphia fans are wild. Listen, I've been to the old vet, more times I can remember. And yes, those fans down in Philly, and Dog knows exactly what we're talking about because he's from Philly. So they are a special breed.
You Philly fans, you want to tie flags with the Baltimore Ravens? Shoot yourself. That's a losing team, okay?
Yeah,
they don't beat the Bills. Like, if you want to join the Raven fans and constantly attacking Josh Allen, that's a losing strategy. Yes, I know. Right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have beaten the Buffalo Bills the last few times that we get that. No problem. Like, I understand. And Houston, another team that we've had trouble with. They've beaten us the last few times they played us. But you know who else used to beat on us and now they don't anymore?
Who's that? Baltimore.
Cincinnati Bengals.
Last
couple of times we played the Bengals, it just felt like, we're so close to getting them. We're so close to getting them. We just can't seem to do it. What happened? I mean, if you want to call it a fluke or whatever, like, fine. You can call it a fluke. How many times is Benford going to make that play? I don't know. Probably not a lot. But the following play was an interception off of something that the Bills do all the time. Defensive linemen get their hands up, ball gets tipped in the air, AJ Epinesa runs underneath it, catches it. That's a turnover. That is done often by the Buffalo Bills.
How many times is a player going to virtually die on the field and throw a whole season into a flux as well when Cincinnati beat us in the playoffs? Just saying. Like, I get, you know what I mean? Because I still don't think that Bills team was right after that the whole time. We were sluggish against New England. We were sluggish against Miami. And we laid an egg at home against the Bengals. Like, we just were not right here. And I understand that was a very traumatic thing that team went through with DeMar Hamlin. Even though he was okay, it was a lot to deal with. And there was other things, of course, Josh off the field with Brittany. There's all kinds of stuff. But, that was – I get you. Since he still does – that team, we talked about it last week, they still concern me, though. Like, if a lot of fans are writing them off, I think that's a mistake.
That don't concern me.
What's that?
I'm no longer concerned.
I'm more concerned about them than some other teams that a lot of fans prop up.
I'll tell you this:
if Cincy gets the right defense fixed, yes.
Yeah, I think their defense is going to be better this year. I'll say this: what worried me last year about the teams we had to play wasn't so much of what they did; it's what we weren't able to do. Which is we did not have a guy that could dictate coverage. We did not have a receiver that could dictate what other teams did. And that's why when Brandon Cooks came in, it was such a boost because he was a functional boundary receiver, and we had not had that. Now we have a functional boundary receiver in DJ Moore. Like, he's better than functional. He's a good boundary receiver. He's not great. I think he'll end up being great because, Josh is probably going to make the next 2 years his best years of his career. got, Lord willing, no injuries, all of that. Like if both those guys stay healthy, I expect DJ Moore to touch 1,200 yards receiving each of the next 2 years, easily. But those are the thing. Like those were the issues last year. We don't have that now. I think the defense is going to be fine. I do want to see them add, obviously, bigger guys up front. I do want to see them add a coverage linebacker to make a coverage linebacker or two to put, next to Bernard and one guy sitting the bench or whatever. However that math or equation gets done, whether it's a draft pick and a vet, 2 draft picks, 2 vets, whatever. 2 guys that can come in here and play coverage in the back 7 at the linebacker spot. I'm good with that. But the offense, I think, is going to be great. I think it's going to be difficult to defend. James Cook is him. Josh Allen is him. The offensive line is still going to be good. Yes, I do think that we have to figure out the guard positions, but we got to an AFC Championship game with Darrell Williams and John Feliciano at guards. I think we'll be okay. I don't think we can do worse than those guys, going forward. So I don't know, man. Philly fans try to tie their flag with Raven fans to hate on the Buffalo Bills. Like, guys, it's corny. It's weak. Like, you won a Super Bowl. You've been to 2 in the last 4 years. Stop crying. Stop crying. Stop complaining. I wouldn't care what the media said about Jalen Hurts. Y'all mad that the media is happy with Josh Allen? He jumps over people. He throws the ball 50 yards. He runs over safeties for touchdowns in the playoffs. Like, your guys aren't doing that. They're not.
Hey, but I'll take their 30-something point victory over the Chiefs Super Bowl if they want to take the leaking quarterback. I'm more than happy to.
I would love that too.
We'll make the deal.
Let's be honest. Right? Let's be honest. If Josh Allen had a game in the playoffs where he put up less than 200 yards total, less than 200 yards total, 2 or less touchdowns, do you think the Bills win that game?
The only time I could remember that they did wasn't at the Baltimore game a couple of years ago.
The Baltimore game, and the
weather
was terrible. It was snowing.
Yes.
It was snowing.
Yeah, and I think that was our.
It was cold. It was freezing cold out there. It was slick. The ground was slick because it had snowed. Then it had stopped snowing, and then it got cold, and then it got colder. The snow started to melt. It got cold again, and then it snowed again. Like, they were bringing the blowers out during TV timeouts to get the yard, for the yard markers.
Yeah,
I mean,
come
on, guys.
They sure were.
The Eagles are the Eagles have had 5 games where Jalen Hurts has had, and I'm not talking about his first year. I'm not talking about his first year in the league either. 5 playoff games where Jalen Hurts has put up less than 200 yards, and they're 4-1 in those games. They're 4-1. The Eagles are 4-1 in those games.
Yep, and I think this comes back to Whittle again. I've talked about this a lot. If you look at Tom Brady's game logs in the playoffs of his career, there are 180 yards and no touchdown games mixed in there, more than you might think. But the big thing is that Tom Brady had the defense to complement him, like a Hurts did, that Josh hasn't had the luxury to have in majority of situations. Not all. Like this past year, I think we did enough, and Josh turned the ball over many times. We're not going to go down that road again, but you know what I'm trying to say? For the most part, that's what we need. That's why we need defense wins championships, Whittle. Like, that's why they say it. We need to make this defense a bull. And, Marino said something here about Burrow. He's extremely patient to stop, especially in a high-leverage playoff game. Not easy to fool, but Whittle, you know what? This is why it comes back to this, my friend. Okay? In this draft, F them picks and give me this.
Sexy Dexy.
Give me Sexy Dexy, Dexter Lawrence. Forget the picks. We need that impact player. Whittle, it's time. Ladies and gentlemen, And I'm going to go on a limb, Whittle. I really think this can happen. I don't know how you feel about it. It sounds like they're at an impasse now.
They're over $10 million apart, brother. The Giants and Dexter Lawrence are over $10 million apart.
That's a lot. And that sounds like that's a guy to me. And they said it's going to be addressed for the draft. This sounds like he's going to get traded. Brandon Beane, if you're listening, I doubt you are, but if your trolls are here, whatever, get back to Brandon and say, listen, now is the perfect time. And as a fan base, Whittle, you and I both know we will not fault him. Even if this move didn't get it done, I will not fault Brandon Beane if he pulls the trigger on the Dexter Lawrence deal and overpays for it.
Listen, if Brandon Beane figures out a way to get Dexter Lawrence on his team without giving up Ed Oliver or Deion Walker, I'm talking crazy this season.
That's what I wanted to ask you about.
Crazy.
Whittle, you're the GM. I'm giving you the reins, okay? And I say to you, this is my last offer. It's got to be Deion in the first. Would you do it?
No.
Okay, so I was curious how far you would go to get, because I'm on the fence on that myself, and I
gotta pay this guy $30+ million as well. No, I'm not doing that.
Okay,
we got 3 more. We got what was it? 3 more years of Deion Walker rookie deal? Yeah, right. No, I'm not paying. No, I'm not doing that. I'm sorry.
TJ Sanders a 1 and a 1 and a 3.
Yes.
Okay, that was a quick one. That was easy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Anything involving Ed Oliver or
could you
anything
imagine?
like I'm sorry. Anything involving Ed Oliver, Gregory Rousseau, and Deion Walker, Christian Benford, Colbert, like it's a no. It's a no. I'm not giving you anybody we drafted. I'm not giving you I'm not giving you Hairston. I'm not giving you Deion. No. I'm not giving you Benford. I'm not giving you Cole. I'm not giving you Groot, and I'm not giving you Ed. Anybody else on that defense? Fair game.
Whittle, could you imagine if Brandon Beane added CJ Gardner-Johnson, Dexter Lawrence, and DJ Moore all in the same season? What that would feel like after the draft? I mean, just think about the impact all across the board.
What it would feel like is it would feel like Whittle's going to get blocked by a lot of people on X, because we're going to let a lot of people know about all the things they said about Brandon Beane. Like a lot of people got to apologize.
We're going to make a form, Whittle. You're going to have to make a form. We're going to have to.
A lot of people got to apologize. A lot of them. A lot of people.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
Yep.
Those are the untouchables, man. You add Dexter Lawrence to this team. You add Dexter Lawrence to this team. I'm going to DraftKings the moment that trade is finalized, and I don't know what's in. I don't even know what's in my DraftKings, but whatever it is, it's going on the Bills winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, I can't do DraftKings in California, but I can do Kalshi, but I can't do DraftKings.
Okay, but you let me know what works something out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Sixers won. Sixers took it. Yeah, right. 109 and 97.
Well, the dog. I'm gonna root for dog Sixers just because it's dog. So we'll get the Sixers, Knicks, and the Celtics in the next round. Would be pretty cool. So that would be a lot of fun.
Yeah. I like what Marino's legacy is. It's 100%, man. All right, so we got Philly. So Boston got Philly first round. Okay. All right, no problem. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of wanted Orlando, but Philly it is.
Oh, so it's gonna be it's gonna be Boston Philly. Aha. All right. Well, that's right. I forgot about the play. Whittle, I am so out of the loop. Like in a lot of things, there's so much going on. You know how life gets in the way. Yeah. I forgot about the playing games. Like I thought it was all set already.
I'm locked in with that, man.
Man.
Next up is this not
Warriors
and Clippers. Yeah, I got the Clippers taking that. I'm probably gonna be wrong, but we'll see. I'm
As
gonna
long-
be pissed, man. I'm gonna check
Yeah.
check my parlay, and everything's gonna hit except for the Orlando Magic winning that game. Guaranteed.
Will I live in LA the day that the Lakers get eliminated, I celebrate with a little toast myself. So even over here, I like that silence when the Lakers get eliminated here. It's very very nice. So I'll just leave it at that. and James's ears are ringing somewhere, but yes, that it is true, James. I'm sorry.
That'll be all right. Be all right.
Yep. Should be fun. We got that, and again, the Sabres start this weekend, Whittle. That is going to be some scene in Buffalo. It's going to be a party outside. What makes it interesting, because when the Bills are in a big playoff game, it's freezing cold, right? But when the Sabres are here, it's getting warm. It's going to be 70s. It's going to be light out late. The fans are going to be going wild. So it's going to be a great time. I think the lowest get-in price for that game is $520 something right now.
Wow.
For the game one. It's been 15 years, but that's what happens. It's been a while.
Yeah.
And that's really what it is. It's just every think about it, there's like a whole almost era of fans that haven't seen a playoff game yet. It's like when the Bills broke the drought. It's very similar. It has that. It wasn't as a shock because of the whole Dalton thing, but it still had the same impact. Like, wow, we finally got in the playoffs. Some fans have been waiting 15, 17, 18 years. So. But we'll see. Hopefully, we'll get a Sabres Cup, a Knicks championship, and a Bills Super Bowl all in the same.
I don't know about the Knicks championship.
I think I'm going a little nuts. How about a St.
I don't know
John's
about the
national
Knicks
title next year?
championship thing. Knicks championship thing. That's I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's a little. Now I'm really dreaming, Whittle. Now I'm really dreaming. So, but I'm just happy they're in the playoffs. So I'm talking to Digert. We really are talking about doing a Sabres pod very soon. So be on the lookout for that. We've just been dragging our hands on that, but we're hoping to get that going sooner or later. Maybe game one's after the game. So we'll try to get some stuff going. And Little, next week we got night before the draft. Can you believe it? I mean, it's unbelievable. Like, what a great time. Basketball going on, hockey, Bills draft. Maybe Dexter Lawrence comes in. We don't worry about the first round. Wouldn't it be great to just kick back, Whittle, not worry about the first round, just sit there and just,
I'm going to reveal my draft board next Wednesday.
That's what I want. All right. We'll do the Whittle draft board. And I'll put for the Bills in particular, or are you going to do first round?
Oh, just for the Bills. Just for the Bills.
All right. I'll do one too. Are you going to do trades? Or are we just going to do straight up?
No, I'm going to do a mock draft today, but
okay.
I like next week for the show. Like, I'm going to go through my top,
Absolutely. I'll do one too. I'll do one too. So whatever you need to not happen, whatever I pick will be good. So no, I'm kidding. I'm joking. But we'll do our draft boards. That'll be a lot of fun, and we'll see what we're dealing with.
When I pull this thing out, man. When I pull out this draft board, it's not who I think are the best players in the draft. I think Jordan Tyson's the best wide receiver in the draft. He's not going to be on my board because I don't think he'll be there.
Yeah.
I think Mekhi Lemon would be a good fit for the Bills. He's not going to be on my board because I don't think he's going to be there. I think Ruben Bain is elite. I think David Bailey's elite. Those guys are not going to be on my board because they're not going to be there.
Yeah.
Caleb Downs is the best safety in this class. He won't be on my board because we don't have a shot at him. So it's just going to be people I think will be available at the picks that we have.
Yeah.
So, 26, this is what I think's available, and we'll go from there. But if you're ready, man, we can go run through this mock really quickly.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Let's do it. Another guy that I would like, and I don't know if he'll be there for us, is but I don't know if he see us ever even take it, if he's there, is Dylan Tienneman from Oregon. I'm not sure if he'll make it to us at 26, but
I'm going to put him on the board because if there's a chance that he gets past Minnesota, I think let's see who else. Where's Minnesota at? Minnesota is
It's kind of funny. I'm looking at an NFL mock draft on NFL.com. The guy had the Bears trading with us to move up to 26, and they take Dylan Diaz at 26.
Yeah, that won't happen.
I-
That won't happen.
Dude is like,
So yeah,
it's
they
like-
got him at 18, 19. I mean, I can't. I don't see it. I think they're cool at safety. The Cowboys, maybe. I mean, I can see it.
Mhm. They had the Bills move it up
No,
one
not the
spot to get
Eagles.
Concept. This guy's weird. He has the Bills move it up one spot to get Concepcion, and the
Yeah.
Bears get their 5th round pick. Like, why would the Bills do that? With the
There's a
Bears.
lot of guys. There's a lot of teams. I mean, there's a lot of mock drafts that are like.
No,
I see them on
that's
YouTube all the
insane.
time. They're dumb. Like a lot of those are dumb.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
All right, so
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Let's
Whittle.
let's go ahead. Let's get this started, man. Let's see.
Oh, here we go. Now I'm ready for the draft. Once I see Whittle doing a mock, I'm ready to go.
CJ Allen's going at 15, so that makes that easy.
Yep. Wow.
All right. Caden Proctor. Nah, not him. I mean, not Caden Proctor. Caden McDonald. TJ
Yeah.
Parker's there. Denzel Boston, who a lot of people are hating on. I think Denzel Boston's good.
He's
Taylor
nice.
Banks is here. Peter Woods is here. Emmanuel Pregnon, the guard out of Oregon.
Mhm.
It wouldn't shock me if they traded back and took him. Krista Miller's there. Like, these are all guys that I would look at this spot. I think this is a little rich for Lee Hunter.
Agree.
Yeah, like the rest of these guys, Chase Basantis, like these are second round guys. Casey Concepcion's here. He's starting to slide a bit. Like, they have him now out of the top 32. They have him fallen slightly out of the first round. But there's a trade available, so let's see. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they want to trade up. So this is the type of trade that I'm talking about. This is what I would want. Trade them 26. You got to give me 53. You got to give me 76. And 99?
Ooh.
Yeah, so
53
mean,
and 76.
oh yeah. 53, 76, and 99.
Ooh.
I'm going to make that trade
I
because
love it.
I just think we need more cracks at it. I think we need more top 100 picks. And the Steelers have 5 top 100 picks. We're going to take 3 of them off their hands so they can move back up into the first round. I bet they take Ty Simpson here. Let's see. Offer the trade. Trade's accepted. Resume draft. Oh, they took a tackle.
Oh,
Wow.
I can hear Guru.
Ty Simpson goes to the Jets. First play. All right.
Oh
I'm gonna
man.
stick. I'm not gonna trade up in this one here. All right, now
Okay, let's see
here
what
we
we're looking
are.
at here. Oh, Jackus is interesting. I've heard his name being mentioned a little bit for the Bills, but
Yeah, I'm off that. No
you're
thanks.
off that guy? Okay.
Yeah. AJ Halsey here makes sense. But that would only be if we didn't, add as many safeties as we did. I do like AJ Halsey though, like from the size standpoint, 6 feet, 222, true deep safety, ball skills, aggressive playmaking. Nice little compliment to what we currently have in Cole Bishop. Let's see what else is available. Jay Golday's here. Skylar Bell, who the Bills have talked to a lot. Trey Stooks, I like. Bryce Lance is here. Derek Moore, Josiah Trotter's another guy that I like.
Trotter's intriguing. Yeah. Dennis Sutton's interesting, but I don't know if he fits what we're gonna do. But
I'm sorry. No disrespect. After we took a Penn State lineman, I don't want any more.
you're out. That Aaron Maben really scorned you.
Scorned me, bro.
Yeah.
Scorned me. All right.
I understand.
I'm going to take Halsey. I just think I
Yeah,
need the safety pair for the future.
I
And
agree.
the thought of,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, the thought of potentially of having Geno Stone or DeMar Hamlin starting at safety scares the hell out of me.
Yeah, we don't
So
want
give
that.
me AJ Halsey here, and we'll just Bryce Lance goes to the Eagles. That's a cheat code. Too bad we don't have a
Eagles.
quarterback. Oh wow, Skylar Bell to the yikes. Yeah, we
Here we go.
a lot of guys, man. You know what? You know what? Took the safety. Probably shouldn't have. Anthony Hill.
6'3", 238.
If he's available at the next pick, I'm taking him. I'm a little upset because this guy went 6 picks.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely take him. I love this kid. Kyle Lewis is another good, really good linebacker. And I don't know what the Bengals are doing in this particular thing. They have the Bengals took linebacker
Jacob Rodriguez.
which makes no sense. Like that, they're not doing that in the draft for real, man.
No.
That doesn't make any sense, but whatever. All right, here we go. I would take Darryl Jackson for the interior, but 6'5", 337. What do you think? Take the interior guy now?
Yeah, I think we got it. Now, in comparison, are there any other comparables we could get later? But again, who else is going to be there? Farmer's a guy Ferd mentioned.
Yeah, this is a starting guard, man.
We're going to need that at some point.
Decisions, folks. What's the chat saying? Is the chat saying anything?
Let me see.
Oh, no. Rodriguez is gone, guys. He's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gone.
This. I like the trade we made, like you said, but the players that we wanted just kind of fell off, right?
Yeah. Bro, because you know what? We do need a linebacker. I'm kind of stuck here between. I'm stuck here between linebacker and interior offense. You know what? Let's just get the interior offensive line out the way now. Let's do that now.
Okay.
Let's take Jalen Farmer right
Kentucky.
here, and we'll wait and see what happens.
I'm going to be picking soon again, so.
All right. Now, this is what this is the area that I'm nervous, right? Because if we take Everett here, who I do like, I think he's, I think he's going to be really good. We run the risk of missing out on Barham right here, and I don't want to miss out on Barham. Also, don't want to miss out on Corleone because we don't have the defensive interior guy yet, right? We didn't take
no, we do not. Nope.
Now this is where we are. Do you make a trade here and go back even further and take a corner later? Let's see what the corners look like after.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with Dog. I like the D tackle here, but let's see what trades are there.
I like Tacario Davis here. Can't go wrong with a Washington corner. We talked to Andre Fuller a couple of times. This kid, Jackson, we also talked to Devonta Smith from Pittsburgh. But Jackson is like super athletic, bro. Like he's fast. He's got prototypical size. He's just a head case. He does a lot of stupid stuff. I think we can pass on corner and what do we take? Yeah, we're gonna need another backer. Let's go with. I know it says edge here for Barn, but like just trust me on this, guys. We're taking him.
Got it.
We may even get a shot. Oh no, never mind. I was about to say we may get a shot at Everett, and Everett goes to Seattle.
Oh,
yeah. This is a true boundary guy. I think he got hurt last year, though. I don't know. Yeah, his snap count down. I'm good, man. I have to look at Malik. I have to look at his film. I haven't looked at his film, so I don't want to just grab a guy. Just grab Michael Trigg is intriguing here, tight end.
Oh wow! Give us Corleone's interesting too, though. He's still sitting there.
Yeah. Caleb Proctor. Who's this? Oh no. 280. Yeah, you're not. No thanks. Brennan Thompson.
It's another guy, yeah.
And this guy's intriguing too. 6'8", 330. The problem is though, like, yeah, I mean he's a monster. He's like huge. But Corleone, 6'1", 335.
Known as the Godfather. Tremendous.
Yeah, great nickname. My issue with him though, is weight. Like I worry about his weight. And his run stop rate's not that great either. He has missed tackles? No. Yeah, there's not much else at that spot. Where are we at? Defensive interior. You guys know I love Capehart.
You can wait on Capehart too.
Bryson Eason, 6'3", 315. Barrett. Wow, 6'3", 332. Oh wow. See his run defense grade?
Wow.
But he's more of a 4-3 interior guy.
Doesn't fit. Really what we do.
See, my issue with this guy is he's not really that good in coverage, man.
Yeah, that's something we can't have again.
And at 6'2", 230, like that's not. Who was the first two picks?
We took
AJ Halsey and Jalen Farmer.
We made a trade down in this, Albert.
Yeah. All right. Definitely not taking Malachi Fields. You can miss me on that. All right. Help me out, bro. What we doing here?
I don't know. How about the chat decide this one? I'd like to get some of their input on this.
All right, what we doing, guys? Defensive tackle, linebacker, or we're gonna go receiver. Brendan Thompson's here. I know a lot of you guys are gonna look at this 5'9", 170. Listen, this guy is Tyreek Hill, but not a woman beater. He is that fast. I'm not like exaggerating or making it seem like more than what it. No, he really is track. He's like Olympic level track guy. Like he's a guy that will go to the Olympics and compete with the guys that are going to compete for gold. That's the type of player that this is.
It's kind of player we still need.
But he's 5'9", 170. So
all right, Josh.
All right with
Josh
that.
Josh likes smaller receivers. He's functioned very well with them in the past. I'm okay with that. I'm not scared by it.
Any pass rush specialists here? Not really. I mean, if you believe in Anthony Lucas, I don't. Yeah, no. He's more of a 4-eye. Kamara from Indiana, small, bro. I mean, he's a pass rush guy, but he's small. 6'1", 260?
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it. I don't like it. We took Barham earlier, though, so I mean, like that's a guy that's going to get after the passer and defend the run. Kamara can do that as well. But you know he's going to have to stand up. And at 6'1", 260, you trust him in coverage? I know. Come on, chat, help me out. What we doing?
I'm going with Brendan. I'm going with the wide receiver Brendan Thompson myself, but it's up to anybody else have any input in there?
Dog, so let's start over. No, man, we don't get to start over here, brother.
We'll have to do another one next week, Whittle. That's all.
Yeah.
That's funny.
I'm hovering around him. I'm gonna take the linebacker, bro.
You gonna do it? Okay.
I'm gonna take the linebacker. Chat's not helping me out. Nobody's saying me.
Deontay Lawson.
Taking the linebacker. That's it.
Let's see if we can get one pick we got next here.
We are at 126. It's gonna be a while.
Oh boy.
Brendan Thompson goes to the Ravens.
Oh.
Tyreek Sapp just came off the board as well. Takario Davis is there.
We could go there.
6'4", 200.
I like that.
He said go receiver. It's too late. CJ Daniels is here. Cyrus Allen, I think we can get later. I'm not a huge Cyrus Allen fan. More of a slot guy anyway. Let's see where they got him lined up at.
Take another Coleman Jr. I have Coleman.
Yeah, he's a slot guy.
Yeah.
Kevin Coleman. I think he's another slot guy.
Mm-hmm.
We got enough of them.
We sure do.
I think Virgil's a slot guy too. No, wide.
6'3", 190.
A high floor, low ceiling Z receiver with the versatility of the line, both inside and outside. While his athleticism is not difference making, his strong hands and reliable block. No, sounds like Keon Coleman, but just less athletic. CJ Daniels. I like this kid.
Mm-hmm.
He's 24 though.
Okay. So we need guys to produce, right, Whittle? I mean, we're going to get more of that with the NIL. More, it's going to be older prospects.
He's an X. He's an X. Like he can line up wherever, and he does have. Yeah. All right, let's do it. Yeah, let's do
CJ Daniels.
Yep.
All right.
Taking CJ Daniels. Dog said go receiver. We're going receiver.
Right, yep. Ask him. Ye shall receive.
Oh boy, a lot of picks, man. 165 is less. Capart just went off the board. What do we have? All right. We got a receiver. We got a safety, starting guard, linebacker, and an edge. We need interior. Like bad. Yeah, we're not trading. We take a corner. We got a corner? No. Julian Neal ran. I think he ran like a 4.6 or something. I'm good on him, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I like Aiden Fisher a lot.
6'1", 231. Wow.
I like Aiden Fisher a lot, man. 5th round, late.
It's intriguing. Would that be 2 linebackers we would have taken then?
That would be the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we need it. We definitely need it.
We do. Especially with our new coordinator.
I wouldn't mind a backup quarterback here either.
Listen, you and I was looking at Columbus, and you know what? I mean, we should. The thought of Kyle Allen just horrifies me. As our backup, but I know he's a friend of Josh, and we all know how it works around here with Josh Allen. But it would behoove the Bills to consider drafting a quarterback. What if they hit lightning in a bottle, Whittle? Right? And either A, he's a trade piece, or B, he's a development guy. I mean, but I don't see the Bills doing it.
I don't either. And that
Durant is kind of interesting. Again, I just don't know if he fits what we're doing. But again, me and my Penn State guys, so I'm going to bring him up once in a while. But
of course you are.
But I think we have to have a no Penn State zone for defensive line. So
yeah, I'm gonna take the tackle. I mean fullback here.
Okay.
So
we do need a rehab,
but we need a fullback.
We really do.
Take the fullback from Navy.
Take the best one, right?
And we're gonna honor Dog's request and go defensive tackle now.
$6'3", $315.
It's not big enough. There we go.
Nick Barrett.
Yep. We'll get Elijah Surratt. I don't know, man. I honestly haven't thought a lot about him. I need to though. I'll look at him. I'm gonna take for just to get out of this. I'm gonna take this kid here, Barrett. I like his run defense grade, and he's 322. So we're good on that. Take him there, and Michael Taft is just like staring me in the face over and over, like, dog, you want to pick me or not? And the answer will continue to be no.
The answer will continue to be no.
We need a corner. This is another one of see, this is what I'm talking about. Not the greatest athlete, but
what size? 6'4", 220.
Like this, I'm taking him. You know why? I'm going to take a guy like this. You know why? Because this is the guy you bring in on dime, and teams can't run on you now. But you still get the coverage ability. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Without sacrificing, without having to bring Bishop, out of position. I'm going to take him. So DeMar Hamlin's not making this team because
he's gone. Bye-bye.
Let's see. Who's our next pick?
Do we have one? Oh yeah, we do. 220.
Ooh, I was going to take him. I was about to take Harold Perkins. He wasn't there though. Red Murdoch. We missed out on Red Murdoch, guys. Lorenzo Styles. So I know you guys were waiting on Lorenzo Styles. Let's see who else just went. Zane Durant is like really, really good. He's just he's a 3 technique, and
it doesn't fit what we need. Yeah, someone's gonna get a good value there now.
He is really good. We still need a corner. I'm gonna address that now with Jaden Kennedy.
Okay.
This he's like a slot. He's more like a slot guy, but like you can play him wherever. Like he played 2024. He played outside. He can play out there. He can play inside. You see the coverage grade. He is not the big 5'11", 185. This is cap though. Limitation run defense and tackling. They cap him as a rotational option. That's cap. This is all cap. He's think Taron Johnson, just not as physical, but mentality wise, yeah. So
Taron was a late pick as well. So
all right, we don't have any more picks. Let's get out of here. Let's see. Listen, PFF is going to grade this terribly.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, because we reached for a couple of guys, so I think we're going to get like a C. Oh, B minus.
2 Fs. Oh, come on.
Not bad.
Yeah,
but this is the haul. Yeah, this is the haul. I would be happy with this. I think CJ Daniels is 3 level of receiver. I'm fine with that. I think Barrett gives us the big interior run stopping defensive tackle. Cole Wisniewski is future prospect at safety to play in the box a little bit. Kennedy, slot guy. Jalen Farmer, starter at, he's a potential starter on the interior, which we do need. Deontay Lawson, not happy. I'm not
thrilled. You're not thrilled. Yeah,
I'm not thrilled with that pick, but I mean he'll do.
Yeah.
I mean, that just means that you got to keep Terrell Bernard where you at.
Yep.
2 Fs. Wait, one of the Fs is the guy you wanted. You wanted a defensive guy, defensive interior. You said go to defensive tackle. That's what I got.
Oh man, that's funny. Barn give us an F for Eli Haydenreich. I mean, that's a starter right there. That's a fullback we need. So,
yeah, I like Barn because Barn can play off the edge as a pass rusher. He can also play. You can throw him in coverage. You can put him as an off ball. Like you got a lot of options with him. I'd be happy with this haul. I ain't up for it.
Yeah, dog has me rolling over here right now. He does. He's losing it.
But listen, let's just hope that some of these picks are not even possibilities because we traded for Dexter Lawrence. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen.
I do too. Maybe we can.
It does happen. It makes us suit.
Hey, maybe next week we will do one without our first round pick, and maybe what else, and we can see what we still end up with. And this exercise does show there's still some quality towards the end of the draft that could help us out and get that difference maker that we need in Dexter Lawrence.
Even if we traded the first pick and the third, our first and third round pick, which would be 26, and 91, right? That would give us our first pick at 126. If CJ Daniels is there, that's a steal. I'm taking it. You get your fullback. You don't need the defensive tackle there. So maybe you take a linebacker there, right? Caleb, the kid from Oklahoma, I think it is, the linebacker. Yeah. Maybe take him there, right? Coles Wisniewski, there's your safety.
Absolutely. I like it, Whittle. I mean, all things considered, and considering that a lot of the players really went, after that trade down, we weren't afforded a lot of the players we were looking at. I think all in all, we did pretty darn well.
So I'm going to address this comment before we get out of here because we are getting ready to get out of here. We're $30 million in the hole. Y'all want next season. Y'all want a $30 million player on top of that. 1.5 sacks. That was last year. Yes, Dexter Lawrence did not have a great year last year. Dexter Lawrence, however, has more hurries when he's lined up over the center than any other player in the NFL over the last 3 or 4 years. There's a difference of 70 hurries too. It's Dexter Lawrence is like 115. The next guy is at 35. It's a big gap between, so having a guy like Dexter Lawrence there, he's a 3-down defensive tackle. We don't need him to be, but that makes us probably a top 3 defensive line in the NFL. You add him in there. We've been talking about for the last couple of years. I don't know, Albert, how long you've been watching us, but we've been talking for the last year or so about who's our Josh Allen on the defensive side, and we haven't had one. Dexter Lawrence is that. That would be who Dexter Lawrence is. Dexter Lawrence is going to make Ed Oliver better. He's going to make Deion Walker better. He's going to make Chubb and Rousseau better. He's going to make Terrell Bernard better. And the guys in the backfield, the back end, the coverage guys, the secondary, they're all going to be better because of Dexter Lawrence. So if we were to get Dexter Lawrence, his impact may not necessarily be on the stat sheet right away, but you will see it in how the games are played, right? Teams will have to double team him because he is proven to be able to get to your quarterback. And as far as the money, the cap is going up. I'm going to bet that the cap is going to go up. We're going to have money come off the books next year as well. Some of these 1-year contracts are going to come off the books. Who else is up? There's a couple guys that are going to be up. I mean, I'm sure there's going to be some dead money falling off the books. And
some restructures will be available.
When we sign him or when we draft him, we will sign him to, an extension. And his cap hit next year will be very manageable. Now, after that, probably going to be an issue. But we'll figure out after that. We'll figure that out down the road. Let's just go win now. Go get him. Let's go win now, and we'll deal with the repercussions later, right? Maybe we can't re-sign some guys. All right? We'll take the draft picks.
Like in Osiris Torrance as an example. Yep.
Absolutely. We'll just take the draft pick. We'll take the comp pick. That's fine. And who knows? We may trade Osiris Torrance for him, so he may be part of the deal. But that's all I got.
Never knows.
You got
That's all I got too. Now, listen, great pod, great draft, love it. And I want to say thank you so much to everybody in our chat. Albert, want to say thanks to you, dog. Of course, you're great as always. I'm still laughing too with you. It was very entertaining. Marino's Legacy always coming strong. All of you in here. It's great to all have you here. Joshua as well. from earlier. If you're still here, Petey is always from Jets Commute. Always good to see you pop in. So that's really all I had next week, Whittle. Next
I'm gonna
week,
throw this up. real
what's we
quick.
got? Sure.
Yeah, I respect this opinion, but you don't get a player this expensive and not be win now. Yeah, you're right. Josh is coming in hurt this year. I don't. Josh is fine. Josh will be fine. I'm not worried about. I'm not worried about Josh Allen. He had what did he have, a broken bone in his foot?
Yeah,
worry,
he's going to be
good.
perfectly fine by training camp.
He's
I'm
fine.
not. I mean, we notice we haven't seen him golfing this offseason very much. Well, he doesn't have much time now. He's a new dad, so he probably doesn't have all the same time he used to. But I really haven't seen a lot of golf Josh this year. So
Right.
maybe it's a blessing in disguise. He gets a little bit of rest, more rest for his body. He's a little old school on how he does things. He shuts it down for quite a while, at least from, working out point of view and all that. But, we're going to have girl dad Josh power this year, Whittle. We'll see how that works. And you being a dad know how that power can be. So it's going to be interesting to see, how that affects him going forward. But yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I mean, I understand what Albert's saying about the dead money. I get that. But the cap is a little bit of illusion to me in some levels. Like, we could always work it, and we're going to have a year that we're going to pay the price dearly. But if that's 4 or 5 years down the line, and if we have a Super Bowl or 2 in our trophy, I think we can all agree we will deal with that at that time.
Yeah, I'll take a down year in like 3 years, 3 or 4 years. That's fine.
Yeah, we could do what the Rams did. Get some late picks, try to reload there, see if we hit on some picks like the Rams did. The Rams did it too. We could do it too. So we could go the same route.
Yep, that's fine with me. But that's all. If that's all you got, that's all I got. We'll do
That's
this
all I
next
got.
week. We'll bring the draft.
Draft Eve. Bring everybody next week. Come here. Want to hear what you got to say? We'll make our official picks as well. Maybe we'll have a trade in the works that night. Who knows? There could be breaking news that night. Who knows? Night before the draft, you get some interesting stuff that comes down. So, and thank you, Albert. Appreciate you, Dog, as well. You guys are great. So, appreciate all the support, and we look forward to next week, Draft Eve. Little, have a great week, and as always, go Bills.
Go Bills. Go Celtics.